What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Dylan Matthews and
Simone.
okay. And today we are talking about the breaking news that hit the NFL yesterday. Jamal Adams got his wish. He's out of New York and in Seattle.
Booming.
The Jets have traded Jamal Adams, their all-pro safety, young, up and coming. One of the best safeties in the league already at just the age of 24 to Seattle. But New York got a good little bit back for him. 2 first-round picks. I believe they got 2 first-round picks for 2021 and 2 first-round picks for 2022, or a first-round pick in 2021, first-round pick in 2022, something along that line.
Let me just read it off to you guys.
Go ahead.
So, the Jets have traded Jamal Adams to the Seahawks in exchange for safety Bradley McDougal, my bad. A first-round pick in 2021, third-round pick in 2021, and a first-round pick in 2022. Thanks to our man Adam Schefter for dropping us with that news. So Adams,
Appreciate you, Shefty.
Right, appreciate you. Jamal Adams is the second highest graded safety in football over the last 2 seasons, according to Pro Football Focus. And let me just give you this initial stat, and we don't have to read nothing further after this. Just really goes in depth on Jamal Adams' versatility, and versatility is something that's really becoming important in the NFL, especially in these defensive players. So Jamal Adams' career snaps at each position. At the edge, he has played 318 snaps.
Wow.
At the linebacker position, 1,099 snaps. Strong safety, 328. Free safety, 868. A playmaker all over the field.
And that's his NFL career, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's crazy. Jamal Adams can play any position. I heard them talking, I was listening to the radio earlier today, and I heard them talking about, Jamal Adams can really do everything. He's like a little bit better version of a Tyrann Mathieu, which I agree with. And he's even like, what I wish Keanu Neal, just because I'm a Falcons fan, what I wish Keanu Neal, and what Keanu Neal still could probably be if he stays healthy, but he reminds me a lot of Keanu Neal, a lot of Tyrann Mathieu, just a guy that can do everything, can lower the boom, can play in coverage. Jamal Adams is a guy that literally can do everything. Big pickup from the Seahawks, and they really are trying to do their best to do everything they can to just recreate that Legion of Boom that they had with Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor. So they're trying to create that with Jamal Adams.
That Legion of Boom was vicious, and that Legion of Boom was definitely the piece that led the Seahawks to the 2 Super Bowls, their latest 2 Super Bowls. One that they were able to win, one that they could have won if, they had a different play caller on the mic, but that's, another story. But I hear a lot of people saying, who won this trade? Easily, the Seahawks won this trade. Even though they had to give up a lot of stuff in the future, they're all about now. They have one of the best quarterbacks in the league in Russell Wilson. They have a defense. Their secondary was rated around 15, and it's automatically jumped into a top 5 secondary with the addition of Jamal Adams. They have Jadeveon Clowney on defense as well, and that really is the soul of their defense. The Seahawks have made it far. They made it to the playoffs in the last couple of years. They just haven't been able to get that extra. It's been some tough teams, they've had to come up against. So the Seahawks are all about now, okay? Forget them draft picks in the next 2 years. They ready to win now, and Jamal Adams is a very, very, very scary sight in the secondary for those opposing offenses.
And I also want to point out this about the draft picks. I've been hearing a lot of things, on the radio, watching videos, that a lot of people think Seattle gave up too much. But I want to mention this and put this out there to the people who think Seattle gave up too much. Seattle hasn't done anything with their first round picks. A lot of times they trade out of the first round anyway. So with them giving up first round picks, they've been doing that. They've been not having first round picks in the draft for, I think, like 5 out of the last 7 years they haven't had a first round pick. So it's okay if they don't have a first round pick. They've been fine. They've won a Super Bowl in that time period, made it to two Super Bowls in that time period, and still been a perennial playoff team. So them not having first round picks for 2 years is not phasing them at all. Like Simone said, they're built to win now, and they're doing what they got to do to put all the pieces around their franchise quarterback and Russell Wilson and do what they got to do to make it to the Super Bowl. They're in a tough division. They got San Francisco, who was just in the Super Bowl, on the edge of winning a Super Bowl, but Kyle Shanahan blew Super Bowls. But that's a story for a different day. No shade, just truth. Anyways, and they also got to go against a up-and-coming Arizona team.
Yep,
who
they got some weapons.
Exactly. Kyler Murray just got DeAndre Hopkins. They got some good pieces on defense. Devondre Campbell and other pieces as well. And also, we can't forget about the Rams, even though they are a question mark. They were just in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. So, so they are in the toughest division by far.
They are in a very tough division.
So the Seahawks have to do what they got to do to stay competitive, especially in their division, because it's not a guarantee that they're going to win their division. The San Francisco 49ers can still very win that division, and they at least got to get a wild card spot. So they're doing whatever they got to do to put themselves in a position to make a playoff run and make it to the Super Bowl. So they're not worried about, like you said, the future.
100,000% facts, my brother. Now let's talk about that was some facts. I will add on to that. Not even just in their division, the NFC in a whole is loaded.
Yes.
So not only do they have to fight for their division. Usually we see the Seahawks, if they don't win the division, they automatically secure a wild card spot.
Right.
But now they're in a position where they're going to have to be fighting for a wild card spot as well, because the NFC has a lot of tough teams already. You see the NFC East, you got the Cowboys and Eagles gunning for that number one spot, and then one of those teams are going to be competing for the wild card spot. You see in the Falcons, they're the Saints, and then now the Buccaneers could be fighting for that wild card spot. So the Seahawks are definitely going to have to fight harder for that wild card spot. They usually always have a guaranteed ticket. But Dylan, let's shift on over and talk about something more spicy. Now, guys, that Jamal Adams trade affected a lot of more teams than just the Jets and the Seahawks. And let me tell you why. So, before Jamal Adams got traded to the Seahawks, Jadeveon Clowney, one of the top pass rushers in the league, really one of the only pieces that the Seahawks had on their defensive line, was really looking for a new landing spot because he felt like the Seahawks didn't have what it took to win now, and he wanted to build a team that could win now. So he was looking elsewhere, and now that Jamal Adams is going to be in Seahawks jersey next season, with Jadeveon Clowney, is that enough for Jadeveon Clowney to stay? Now, Jadeveon Clowney wasn't feeling the price that Seattle was throwing at him originally, but maybe now he'll be willing to take a lesser deal now that the Seahawks have added a superstar on that defense with Jamal Adams.
Yeah, I mean, there have already been reports out that Jadeveon Clowney's number has been going down just because he's been out on the market for a while. At the beginning of this free agency period, he was talking about, he wants to reset the edge rusher market and be the highest paid edge rusher, blah, 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 blah. And now that's all capped because he's still a free agent. So the word I'm hearing is his number is still down to $11 million. So the Seahawks maybe can be in the running to re-sign him. And now that they've gotten Jamal Adams and showing that, hey, we're doing everything we can to win. Now we're pushing all our chips out into the middle of the table. Maybe Jadeveon Clowney will see that, realize that, and say, hey, I'm willing to come back for maybe another 1 year deal or a lesser number, so we'll see.
Now, definitely, yes, Jadeveon Clowney has been on the market for a long time, but we have to remember this is a different time. Yes. Jadeveon Clowney was injured with he wasn't riddled with injuries, but he's had battle injuries, and he even had injury last season, the hernia injury, and now it's not a time where teams can properly get their, get free agents tested and get them, get their correct physicals done, so they don't really know, is he going to be healthy? Now, if it was a traditional offseason, they would say, come on out to Philly, let's work you out and see, if you're healthy. But right now, they have to do a lot of stuff under the table, and a lot of stuff is moving slower because of the coronavirus. So, Jadeveon Clowney, I would love to see Jadeveon Clowney in the Eagles uniform, and let me tell you why. First of all, Jadeveon Clowney had that nasty hit, helmet to helmet, against Carson Wentz in the wild card round last year. Now, we definitely, and I'm going to say it, definitely would have won that game if we had Carson Wentz in the game. Josh McCown, our old backup quarterback, had to come in, and we didn't even get blown out that game. We could have been in that game if we had Carson Wentz, if it was not for Jadeveon. But Jadeveon, you have a chance to redeem yourself with Bleeding Green Nation. And that's putting on a different color green than that Seattle green. That's putting on that Kelly green.
Talk your ish, Mo. Talk your ish, Mo.
So put on that midnight Kelly green. Come on over to the Eagles. Now, the Eagles have arguably one of the top one defensive line in the NFL. It's really a toss-up between the Eagles and the Steelers. You know, two Pennsylvania teams holding it down. But Jadeveon Clowney, you will get your just due on the Philadelphia Eagles D-line. Now, yes, you have Jamal Adams in your secondary, but you're still that only guy holding down the D-line in the Seahawks. Remove Jadeveon Clowney, and Pro Football Focus has the Seahawks as the number 32 out of 32
that's last.
defensive line in the league. Come to the Eagles and you will be supported. You will be in a rotation with Brandon Graham and Derek Barnett where all the pressure isn't on you. The pressure is off of you. So you can come in, do what you do. Sack that. Be vicious. Get the Jimmy Garoppolo. You know what I'm saying? Get the Drew Brees. And then take a rest. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to play. Take a rest. Take a load off. Stay sharp. You don't have to put your whole body down on the field. You can rest up because Brandon and Derek got you. You can rotate. Whereas in Seattle, all the pressure is literally all that pressure is going to be on you. Now, I know a lot of other teams are in the market for Jadeveon Clowney, and really this move by Jamal Adams really shook the tape.
That's right.
Because all these teams that had Jadeveon on speed dial.
I know in LA link.
Jadeveon not answering those calls no more. Jadeveon's in the house like this. Lord, give me a sign. What should I do?
Where should I go?
Should I stay in Seattle?
With the 12th man.
With the 12th man. Maybe create that Legion of Boom. Or should I head to Fly, Eagles, Fly? And some other teams. Go ahead and make your case for the Falcons.
I was about to say, since you made your pitch, let me go ahead and make mine. Now, Jadeveon. Besides what she said, listen here. All right. So, if you come to Atlanta Falcons, and by the way, your video is dropping soon. If it's not already here, it'll be on your
So you really gonna edit the video and make sure it's there?
I'll make sure it's there. Yes, I am. All right. So, Jadeveon, listen.
Well, you can click the link here and see why Jadeveon should come to the Eagles.
All right, like I said earlier, I already have one. Mine's gonna be up first. Jadeveon, watch mine first. All right. So Jadeveon, anyways, let's skip the small talk. All right. The reason why you should come to the Falcons is Simone. You know she got her players too, but you got your players in Atlanta too. Listen, Dante Fowler Jr. He led the Rams in sacks last season. You know what he did? 12.5 sacks. Grady Jarrett, a defensive tackle. Jadeveon, a defensive tackle. Pro Bowler last year. He's going to be a perennial bowler. Last year was his first, but many more to come. 7.5 sacks last year on the Falcons. I know we were third to last in sacking with 28, but he has 7.5. That's a half a sack behind Vic Beasley, who may or may not be a scrub, but he's gone now. It's okay. So you can be with Dante Fowler Jr. You can be with Grady Jarrett, and you there as well. Y'all can muck up any offensive line that comes at y'all. I can muck up the Cowboys for Simone. We'll muck up the Saints. We'll muck up Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. Whoever you want to muck up, we'll muck up Jadeveon. We'll do it together.
Just no dirty hits.
Just you, Grady Jarrett, Dante Fowler Jr. Y'all will all be great. Y'all will help that young backfield we got. But we still got Keanu. We still got Debo helping you out. We still got Ricardo helping you out. It's all right. We'll make it Jadeveon. We'll make it work. We got Matt, Julio, Calvin Ridley. You know what I'm saying? We got Todd Gurley in the building. Come on now, Jadeveon. Come to Atlanta, boy. We got the pieces. You want $11 million? We got $11 million. We can give you $11 million. come on, Jadeveon. Come on, bro. Come on to the ATL. Do that dirty bird. Do that dirty bird.
No, that's the wrong bird, Jadeveon. Fly, Eagles, fly, Jadeveon.
No, do that dirty bird. Do that dirty bird.
Fly, Jadeveon, fly to a Super Bowl ring that Atlanta doesn't have.
We'll get a Super Bowl ring. You can be the first to get us a Super Bowl. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bye.
Exactly. She ain't got nothing. She ain't got nothing.
I got something. It's called a rank, baby. Anyway, let's wrap this up. All right, guys. Let us know what you think. 1, what do you think about Jamal Adams? Who won? Who lost?
What's up with what's up?
2, Jadeveon. Do y'all see him A, staying in Seattle, B, heading to Bleeding Green Nation, C, becoming a Dirty Bird, or D, going somewhere else? There's other teams in the market, the Cowboys, the Chiefs, but y'all gotta stay tuned for all that.
Right, y'all gotta watch other videos to find out all that.
Bye.
Bye.